Well, while I'm waiting on, let's say, other people, I've got stuff in different places that needs to be taken care of. I'm waiting on a computer guy. So I'm waiting on a lot of stuff. So today seems like a great day to take advantage of. I can't do anything else. And tinker around on a little wagon a little bit and get it ready for power tour. But there's things I want to change about it. Let's take a look at what it is, what I'm going to change, and then I'm going to take y'all to my little honey hole for picking. Y'all going to like that. Hang in there, stay tuned, because I'm telling you, you're going to like where I'm headed. So this is our 1968 Ford Ranch wagon. It is what we're taking on power tour this year. For those that don't know, it's got a Windsor engine in it. It's a 302 based engine. It's got a 5-speed manual transmission behind that, and it's just a good cruiser. I'm not a fan of the gear that's in the back. It's got like a 300 rear gear in it, which makes it so I gotta be running like 70 to get into 5th, but that's not important for today. One thing I don't like is I'm not a big fan of the wheels and hubcaps, you know, kind of look. It worked for a while. It made it that real, you know, old school cruiser, but I want to update this look. Something else that I want to update on this wagon. When we put this thing together, we kind of just throwed it together out of stuff we had laying around to get it up and running, and ignore all the parts and stuff that I got piled over there. I've been tinkering with it. One thing I don't like is this seat set up here in the front. It came out of like an LTD. I'm not a big fan of it. It's the wrong color. It just doesn't work. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is find me a bench seat out of a pickup truck that's already a blue color, and just change around on the old brackets, gear low down, and put a bench seat up here to match the one that's in the back seat. That's kind of what I got in mind here. But other than that, not really much is going to change. But I'll say this, she's tuned as good as it's going to get. I do have a lifter that I'm going to have to fix because, well, she's got a slight little lifter tick, and I know it's a bad lifter. I've already kind of checked into everything, and I know it's a bad lifter. And I can go into that later, but let's do a complete cold start on it. Let's take it out of gear. Oh, and look, my feet are outside. They're dangling. My feet are dangling outside. Put the key in the switch right here. Cold start. Haven't touched this wagon in probably a week. That's it. That's all it takes. Because if you watch my last video with cold starts, I tend to be anal about keeping mine tuned well. Listen to that thing rumble. Don't she just sound good? All right, so let's take the wagon for a cruise, and let's go picking at my favorite little honey hole and see if we can find us a seat, and we'll shop wheel and tire options and see what we got. What? That's what, a 71?
That's 72.
2.
Make good people be cloned.
Yeah.
Can I show you the heads I got?
No. It's a real GTO. That's insane that a real GTO sitting here. Has the numbers matching motor and transmission in a building back there for it. So I try to keep everything 100% real with y'all. So a couple things. One, there wasn't a lot of filming at the location. Let's say the gentleman that owns that is a very colorful man who likes to constantly tell jokes, and his jokes would probably get me banned from YouTube. If you know what I'm saying. So normally when I go over there, I can kind of stroll around and just peek at different things, but he was in a very sociable mood today and wanted to talk a lot, so I couldn't do a lot of filming. It's kind of a bust in the aspect I did not find the seat that I was looking for. But it's never a bust to get to look at cool old metal. And, you know, that Dodge, that I'm not a Dodge guy at all. Don't really know anything about Dodges. They're kind of out of my wheelhouse. But that Dodge kind of caught my eye because, or Plymouth or whatever it was, the Mopar. The Mopar over there kind of caught my eye because, well, it kind of reminded me of the car Daisy Duke had in the Dukes of Hazzard. And it could kind of get there, so it kind of piqued my interest. There was some cool stuff over there. The A model thing that was over there, you can kind of see the vision that they were going for with that. Some kind of paddy wagon kind of build thing. That was an all fiberglass. That was all fiberglass, by the way. The body was fiberglass, and then of course the steel structure that they was building. That was a good parts car. There was some good stuff over there. This is not going to be an extremely long video because, well, I didn't quite get the content I was wanting. And again, keeping it 100% real, not trying to make anything seem better or worse than it is. It's just the nature of the game sometimes. So yeah, I love exploring old, you know, junkyards and people's collections and stuff, because I love seeing all that old stuff. There's something great about looking at old metal. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. Probably the next video you see me put out, I'm probably going to try to quick throw this Mustang together and get it actually driving. You see me started up in the will it start video, so now it's time for me to get this thing bolted together and get it where it'll actually drive around, and then maybe we'll list it and move it on down the line to somebody else. So stay tuned for that. Whelen, more on Whelen is coming. I've got most of the parts to start putting Whelen's engine together. I've got a Cleveland to build. I'm actually about to put in an order for some parts, for some Cleveland parts. So I've got a Cleveland to build. All that will be on the channel. Another 390 that I'm building for a customer, it's on the channel. It'll be coming on the channel rather. And so there's a lot of great motor building content coming, as well as some let's get it up and running and driving, because we got to get the Mustang driving so it can go. And I've got a 72 Ranchero wagon that I really got to get running and driving. So there's going to be a couple of running and driving videos in the coming days as well. So y'all stay tuned for some content. Hopefully you like what you see, please take a moment to subscribe if you haven't. It really helps me out. Therefore, I can help out with more content. Share the videos you like. Go back, look around. I'm sure there's something for everybody. So share the videos if you like it, but please hit that subscribe button. God bless y'all, and we'll see you next time.